Okay, so what I've decided to do, first of all, I checked over in the corner here. I want to make sure these walls are perpendicular to one another. So I have this is the outside wall over here, and then this is the new wall sill that I'm putting in. So I have a little square here, and all I'm doing is checking to make sure that they're perpendicular to one another. It looks like that's pretty good. So I got a little straight edge out of the garage. This is an old piece of door that I cut. I put a new door in the back of the house, so I had to cut part of the door. So this is the remnants of that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drill a few holes, pilot holes, and then I'm going to attach this straight edge more or less to the subfloor with deck screws. And so I have the straight edge laid. I laid it across the whole patch piece, or 3 patch pieces, and then it extends also into the existing wall sill so that I can try to keep it all lined up together. So I think it extends about almost 2 feet into the existing wall sill. Probably going to put one like every couple feet. And I'm not going very far down because this isn't very thick wood, and these deck screws are an inch and 3/4 long, and I don't want to go all the way through to the bottom of the floor or sink this all the way down. I just want enough so that it adheres and that I can keep this from moving more than anything. So I'm not drilling it all the way or screwing it all the way. Pretty solid there. So I'm probably going down, I don't know, I think the piece itself is 1/4 inch thick, and I'm going down maybe another 1/4 inch, something like that. Okay. So all my pieces are resting up against this straight edge that I have on the floor, and the straight edge the wall pieces or the sill pieces are flush with the end of the wall studs for the most part. Have to make some fine adjustments here or there, but that looks pretty good. So now what I'm going to do is proceed to nail this down to the floor. And again, I'm going to be using the palm nailer to do that. Okay, so I have the air compressor all hooked up in the bathroom here. And I'm going to be using the palm nailer to set my nails into the wall sill, or sole plate as it's called. Nails I'm using are 3-inch nails. These are hot dip galvanized nails, I guess is what they're called. And I'm going to go ahead and give this a couple shots, and this palm nail is really loud, so I'm just going to go ahead and give this a couple shots so you can kind of see what I'm doing, and then I'll turn it off, or turn off the camera so it doesn't become too overwhelming. So, and I'm wearing ear protection while I'm doing this also, just because it is so loud. And just another thing, the palm nailer that I got this at Harbor Freight, just in case you're interested. You can get them anywhere. Home Depot sells one. I think it's a Boss Stitch. This one is a Harbor Freight brand. It was $25. It was on sale. And Harbor Freight tools get a bad rap. Sometimes they are junk, but this one actually has worked pretty well so far. I do have to oil it more often than I would probably a more expensive tool, but you know, that's fine. I don't mind that. Oil's cheap anyway. So here we go. So I'm going to put in 2 nails here, 2 nails here, and just keep going all the way down the line here until I'm done. Then I'll come back and do the smaller patch pieces after I'm done with this big one. So straight edges in place to kind of keep me from shifting too much, keep the wood from shifting too much. So this pipe here is making it a little bit tricky to get some nails in. I might have to go ahead and add an angle. Yeah, this pipe has been my biggest headache. This copper pipe here has been my biggest headache of this whole wall sill and subfloor project. It's been a pain in the butt. But, you know, there's ways of getting around it and we'll figure it out. So I did have to go in at an angle. It looks like it's set pretty well. So I'm trying to stay not too close to the edge here. I'm probably about an inch and a half in, so I don't fracture the wood. And I'm holding the nail with one hand until I get it started, and then I take my hand off, my left hand off, and just use the right hand. And generally what I do when I'm using a new tool like the palm nail I haven't used very much, generally what I'll do is I'll practice in the garage on something like a scrap piece of wood, or just so I can get the hang of it before I come in here and try to, you know, do something like nail these wall sills down. Something a little more permanent like this. You don't want to screw up. So, so I've got this one in. Looks like that's pretty firm. It's really in there. And I'm going to go ahead and do the smaller pieces next.